What's up, you guys? Welcome back to N54 Racing Channel. We are here at Boosted Beamers of Chicago. As many of you know, my shop here in Addison, Illinois, where we are putting out some of the best, fastest N54s out in the country. So to begin today's video, this is going to be the start of a new video series that I'm working on, where basically we have a 335 IS that we're going to be transforming from its current state, which I'll show you in a minute, to just an all-around badass car. So I did mention it a few videos ago. I kind of gave an introduction and told you guys what we're going to be doing to this car, but we're officially starting today. Since I'm not in Texas, I have free time this week. So here's what we're gonna do. Let me show you the car. So here's the whip. We got the front end off of it. We're getting ready to pull the motor out. As I stated before, we're doing built motor, closed deck, built head, cams, built DCT transmission. Just getting driveline work. We're getting fresh brakes, which brings me to today's video. We're going to be doing an unboxing on some custom big brake kit that we ordered especially for this car, for this build, from Ceika, or I think that's how you pronounce it. Yeah, Ceika. Anyways, so you may be asking yourself, you know, this is an IS, which it's not in the greatest of shape, as you can see. Also, I did mention the hand lever controls. The owner is a paraplegic, and this is how he controls throttle and brake. So you push for brake, you pull, and you have throttle. And then obviously he uses the pedals on the DCT to shift. But like I was stating, you may be asking yourself, who could let such a beautiful 335 IS get into this shape? Well, let me paint a picture for you guys really quick. So here's our big brake kit that we're going to be unboxing on today's video. I'm going to show you all the options that we got ordered and what makes it so special on a build that we're doing like this. But before we open these boxes, I just want to paint a picture for you guys on this customer's car that we have. So imagine you are, how do I put this? So you're in the hospital, in a coma, because of some unfortunate event that may have happened, right? Pre-COVID, you're in a coma, and you wake up after however many weeks you're in the hospital in a coma. You wake up to this news here. The reason why this car is in this state right now is while this customer was in a coma at the hospital, someone stole his 335 IS, took it for a joyride or whatever. I'm not sure on the exact details of how long they had the car, but stole the car, was drunk while driving, ran from the police, and while running from the police, the turbos blew on the car. That's that good old N54 twin turbo life for you there. So turbos blew on the car, you have nowhere to go, you get caught by the police, and you now wake up after being in a coma for several weeks, pre-COVID, to find out, A, no one's allowed outside, there's no cars driving on the road, and worst of all, your car was stolen and they just blew the turbos on your beautiful 335 IS. That's why this car is here with me today and getting fully redone. We're talking suspension, brakes, rear end, driveline, axles, everything being done. Fully built motor, bottom end, headwork, porting, cams, closed deck conversion. We're doing everything. So the customer reached out to a few shops that were local to our area. No one really seemed like they had interest in doing the build. I reached out to them knowing the knowledge that I had with N54s. I didn't see why there would be a problem making the power that he wanted to make. It was more of a challenge being due to the fact that this car is set up for hand controls, and that's just something that we have to work around. But in reality, it's a mechanical hand control that can easily be driven, and tested, or even removed. We can do our testing, and then we can put an even better system in there. Something that's not so simplistic, and if you look at it, it's push to brake and pull. I'm sure that we can make something that's going to work a lot better than gas and throttle being on the same control, where you can brake boost or what have you. So either way, we have the car, we were given the challenge, we accepted the challenge, and now we're going to make it happen. So on this series, you're going to watch us remove the engine and replace all the parts to the suspension, to the drivetrain, and turn it into an absolute beast. This car is going to be attending half-mile events. We're going to probably take it to Impact, all depending on the state of the owner. So if he can't make it to events, he's letting us use it so that we can showcase it, and we will definitely be getting lots of videos on this car once it's running. Once it's running. So without further ado, we'll go ahead and open up these boxes and see what we have. All right, we're gonna start with this bigger box. It's heavier, and I'm guessing these are gonna be the front. Turn this around. You guys can see here. I don't know if you can read that, but there it is right there. BMW E90 335 IS front, 6-pot caliper, and that 330 is the size of the rotor. So let's take a look. These were shipped from Ceika, and they are based out of the UK. So let me grab this box here. The nice thing about them, when making this order, you have just so many options to choose from. Color wise, just tons of options. I mean, you can go powder coating, you can do anodized, so the options were almost endless. Looks like we got some brake lines as well. So the only other box is the second rotor, so we will leave that inside. So right here we have a braided brake lines. These are for the front, so you have your front two. Looks like they give you some tool in here to use, and then cross washers. So brake line. More hardware, so it looks like these are going to be these are the brackets to hold the caliper in place. They give you some Loctite. We got some brand new hardware as well, some bolts, more bolts in here. So box of hardware, brake lines, and then these are going to be the pistons. So there's one, here's the other. Wow. Take a look at this. So this is anodized black. We've got all the hardware with our brake pads installed already, and this is the color combo that we decided to go with, or that the customer wanted on this car. So it's black anodized with red powder coated on the name right there. Really light. Quality on this looks absolutely amazing. Everything's labeled. So there is one of our calipers. That's the other caliper there. Take a look at the rotor. So we have a very light two-piece design, floating rotor here, and we were able to choose the design. Again, anodized black for the finish. Same thing for the air ducts, anodized black or powder coat. No, this is anodized as well. So very light, very high quality, and we opted for the slotted option. I'm not the biggest fan on drilled rotors, so we're doing slotted only. So there's that. That's basically everything for the front. Now I'll open up this rear box here. And like I mentioned earlier, the fronts are a 6-pot or 6-piston design, and for the rears, same thing, same design, same color, everything assembled. And this is a 4-pot rear caliper. So obviously very high quality. Again, we've got our box of hardware, nuts and bolts. We have our rear brake lines, stainless steel as well. And here is our rear brake. Same 2-piece design, same color option, and everything. It retains the rear drum functionality for your mechanical e-brake, so looks really, really good. Put that back in. So the special thing about this big brake kit is, as most of you know, you're pretty much limited on size when it comes to high power cars. You know, in our community, as most of you know, the standard size is 17-inch wheel, running like a 275/40 on the rear. For those that do like dig racing and stuff like that, they do the conversion and they run a 15-inch wheel. This car is really not going to be doing too much dig racing. It's going to be attending half-mile events and roll racing events. So we opted to keep the 17-inch wheel and run, a 275/40 17 on the rear, like most of the people do with these cars. And same thing with the front. Probably run the square, not a square, but an offset or a staggered 17 setup on this car. And the thing with big brake kits is we couldn't find anyone that would let us run a 17-inch wheel. All the big brake kit options were to run a 18-inch wheel, and that wasn't going to be an option due to the fact that we needed a grippy tire and have a 17 on there. So I reached out to Ceika, and we got a custom order made. So this big brake kit right here will fit a 17-inch wheel, which was the most important thing that we needed on this car. Obviously, when doing 160 plus, you want to be able to stop, and with this kit we will be able to do just that. So that was our unboxing of our big brake kit for the 335 IS. We'll store this when the time comes and to do the install on the brakes. Obviously, we'll make a video on that install and show you guys step by step on the process of installing this big brake kit that we have here. So hope you guys like it. If any of you want to order this big brake kit, we are now a vendor for Ceika, so you can reach out to me, shoot me an email. I'll post it down here below in the screen so you can see. You just reach out to me, let me know what specs you want to go with. Maybe you do want to run an 18 or a 19 or a bigger wheel, and you're not limited on rotor size or caliper size. Like I said, there's so many options to choose from. Just shoot me an email and I can get you set up with the right big brake kit, and probably end up saving you some money when you compare this to, let's say, like a Stop Tech kit or a Brembo big brake kit. For the quality that you're getting, I think this is a way better option as far as big brake kits go. So we'll leave it here for you. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and this series will continue with this 335 IS with pulling the motor. We're gonna get the motor pulled, we're gonna get it all torn down and send it off for machining and closed decking, and then we can once the motor is out, we are also going to be doing interior. So we have a saddle brown interior swap that we're going to be doing. We're going to be installing the speaker system in the car. I'm waiting on a couple more parts from Seems Legit Garage. We ordered a one-piece drive shaft. We have our M3 rear end already. Like 99 or 90% of the parts are already here. So this is going to be quite a large project, and everything is going to be fully documented so that you guys can follow along. And the goal is 1,000 plus wheel on this car. So we shouldn't have, with our mod list that is going into this car, we should have no problem hitting that. And you guys will be here to watch as that happens. So we got new wheels as well. We got a couple sets of wheels, Apex wheels. And then once everything's done, we're doing the paint correction to the car. We're gonna get her back to her beautiful state that she was in prior to being vandalized and left to sit. So hope you guys enjoy. Don't forget, like, share, subscribe, and this should be a pretty interesting series, I do believe. So we'll end it here. And the other note, my car is still at the body shop. Obviously, it's only been a few days. I'm sure they probably haven't even started on it, but we're doing a couple of big changes on that as well, which I will unveil once we go back and visit the body shop. I'll show you guys what we're doing with that.